Hello and welcome to Dependesplaining, the podcast, the one and only podcast where we explain to you military lifestyle through the eyes of us, the Dependas.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was exactly on point.
Thank you. My name's Veronica, by the way.
And I'm Jen.
Great.
We're here.
Great.
This is great.
Yes. We have a fun episode for you today. I think all our episodes are fun.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They're quite entertaining.
I think so.
I mean, that's what we keep getting as feedback is we're very entertaining.
That we're funny?
I mean, I never would have categorized myself as funny, but, you know, thank you.
Yeah, this is proof to my husband that I make somebody laugh other than myself. And my children. My children think I'm really funny.
Yeah, that counts. The struggles every morning.
Yes. The struggle is real.
I want someone to bring me my coffee.
Oh, I did have Kyle bring me my coffee this morning. I was like, I'm on strike this morning. Every single morning I make coffee. And he pretends to be asleep so I can wake up and make the coffee. And this morning he was up before me because he kept stealing the covers for me. And I was like, I was cold. And you kept stealing the covers. And then he kept like flicking them to, I don't know, like straighten them out. And they kept smacking my face. And so I woke up angry. And I boiled the water and he like poured it in the press and then made the coffee. I was like, that's right, bitch. Know your role in this life. Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of
your
roles.
role.
Speaking of roles, Jen.
I like Swiss rolls.
Oh. I like sushi rolls.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But not food rolls.
Not jelly rolls attached to my midsection.
I created those, though.
I did.
Proud
It
of
took
myself.
a lot of Ben and Jerry's.
Bread. All the bread.
I'd like to thank bread.
And donuts.
Yes.
You're my number one support.
And sugar and peanut butter. In that order.
Yes.
No, speaking of roles, so us as stay-at-home mothers, stay-at-home dependents, I think there's some expectations from us, and that's what we wanted to tackle today is like, where do you split the chores as far as like keeping the household in order if you have children, or even if you're both working, one like active duty and a working spouse. How do you handle it? Now I know with like gender stereotypes, it's like it's always the female in the relationship. When it's a female-male relationship, it's always a female that takes care of the house, right? It's like she puts away the laundry, she does the laundry, dishes, cooks, cleans, kids, blah, blah, blah. But us as dependas, we're forced to leave our careers behind sometimes, especially when, you know, with traveling. So just wanted to tackle that today and the expectations of both people in the house, whether you have children or not.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like there's just words spilled out of my mouth.
No, it makes sense. If you have any input on this situation of spouse roles in the household, you can email us at dependesplaining@gmail.com because we like your emails.
Yes, we do.
They're great. Or you can Facebook, Instagram, or tweet us as well. Because we'd like to have your input on this situation as well, just to see what you guys are thinking too.
Right. How you handle your household.
Yeah, because we have our opinions, and I mean, that's just our side of things, and so it's good to know what other people do.
It might not work for everybody.
Right.
And I think that's where the issue lies. Is like we can look in somebody else's window and be like, how is your household running like that? It's chaos. Or why is one person doing everything? Or why aren't they splitting up everything 50-50? It depends on the people and how it works, right? So some people have been running their home a certain way for forever and it works fine for them. Some people can't find equal balance. And I think that's what we wanted to talk about today.
Yes.
So I will say how Kyle and I have everything. I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mother. And this is what we were just talking right before we started recording, is that I take care of pretty much everything. My husband does a lot at work. he is gone for 24 hours. And then he comes home the next day, and he's home for 24 hours, but not really because he stayed behind.
Because work.
Mm-hmm. And he comes home and does homework, right? Because he's going to school. So he does that. He dedicates his time to his family as much as humanly possible. But I take care of everything. I do the cooking. I do the laundry. Everything. I take care of everything. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't help. He does help. He will, like, clean up the house, just, like, tidy up and stuff. He'll take out the trash. Every now and then he, like, sticks his hand in the kitchen, and then I chase him around with the spatula. I'd be like, get out of my kitchen. You're like a loose, bouncy ball in here.
It's the worst when they try to get in the kitchen when you're focused on cooking, and you're like, I know what I'm doing. You need to go.
Yes. Go man your grill. If you want to help, oh my gosh, here's a slab of meat. Go cook it on your grill. That's his. And he gets excited because he's like, I'm going to listen to some country music, drink a beer, and just twiddle my thumbs over my phone as sitting out here on the grill, which is fine. It's awesome. And then, like, the kids will be on their scooters around him or whatever. But for the most part, I take care of everything. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that because I'm a stay-at-home parent. And I do, take the kids to school, bring them home, take them to after-school stuff, give them snacks, make sure the laundry's done.
Give them more snacks.
Give them more snacks on top of snacks on top of snacks. And then I cry in the corner because there's no more snacks and I have to go to the commissary the next day. So, yeah.
Now, do you feel because you are a stay-at-home parent that you should be doing all this stuff? Is that kind of how it feels? Or do you just feel like, I like to do, obviously nobody likes to do chores, but I like to do it to help ease the stress of my spouse?
I think that because I'm home, I'm already here, might as well do the things, Mm-hmm. I like, and I like seeing my house, I get a satisfaction of seeing my house tidied up, clean, and then I can sit down and do nothing for the rest of the day. Like, if my house is nice and tidy, I feel fine. I feel great, and I can sit down and enjoy the rest of my free time, whether it's like reading a book or watching a movie or like going out with you girls for like coffee or working out or whatever. Like, that's my free time. So the way I see it is, my husband goes to work and he puts in all that time. That's all his dedication to work because that's what brings home the bacon, right? He's the one working. So when he comes home, that's his free time. And then even then he sits down and does homework. And so once he's done with that, he finds his free time and he'll like watch TV or go to the gym, hang out with the kids, harass me. I don't mind doing things because, like I said, I'm already here. I should be the one helping out in the house. And now I think if the roles were reversed, I would like to think that my husband would do the same thing. Mm-hmm. That he would take care of it. His dream is to be retired and be a stay-at-home dad. He wants me to go back to work and he would stay at home and do the things.
He wants to be a house husband.
Yes. He would love that, actually. He would. He was just telling me yesterday, he's like, you're not too old to join the Air Force. I was like, no, I couldn't. I was like, I have the most respect for everybody who does. I was like, it's just not for me. Mm-hmm. It's not for me. I'm a baby.
I am too. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Do it. More power to you all.
Yeah, seriously. And for those that like split the roles at home and, it's hard to keep a home running.
It is. And I think that's the biggest thing is like knowing where you need help at too. Just because you're home and able to do all these things doesn't mean that you should do them all exactly. the time. You do want to ask for help too. And it's okay. And you don't have to feel guilty asking them for help as well. If you're good with handling and organizing and you don't get overwhelmed with all this stuff, that's great because power to you because I get overwhelmed so easily.
Yeah.
And then I feel guilty because then I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to put this away or I didn't do that or I didn't do laundry yet. And constantly. Oh God, Dave's going to be home and I just want to have a nice house.
Yep.
Not to sound like back in like the 1950s where that's all we did.
I mean, everybody wants a nice house.
Yes.
You have to put in work for it. And if whoever is the one that's at home the majority of the time can do it, like if they can take care of it,
have the time to do it. Yeah. But don't feel, and also we don't want you to feel guilty about not doing something either too. You know, because some days it's like, I just don't want to pick up after that right now. I don't want to put that away. I don't want to put in a load of laundry today. It can wait till tomorrow. Or I've already made plans and I want to go see my friends. And
yes,
I think that's perfectly fine too.
Absolutely.
If you have the time, you can do it, and don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad for asking for help either. I think it's perfectly healthy to communicate those needs. Be like, listen, I need you to put in a load of laundry, right? And that's it. Like, hand it over. And I'm sure that your spouse will be more than happy to help. My husband would be more than happy to help if I told him, but sometimes it's just easier for me to do it. And that's my fault. But sometimes I'll be like for cooking and stuff, I'll be like, I don't feel like cooking today. And I throw my hands up in the air and be like, fuck it, you do something. And then he's like, what do we have? I'll be like, I don't know, figure it out. Figure it out, because I have to figure it out every day.
I know. My husband says I'm very indecisive, and I can be very indecisive, but it's because I overthink it all. I'm like, well, will he like this? I don't think he'll like that. Will that be a good meal? No. And then I'm like in my head of everything and can't decide on what to make and what to eat. And then I finally lock down meals for at least 3 days. And then he's like, well, I can make dinner. It's fine. And I'm like, no. I've already decided what we're making. And you don't know because it's in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
And I think like when they are so used to you doing something, like for example, like the laundry. I do the laundry all the time. Kyle expects that I do the laundry. I don't think he expects it. I think he just knows that I do the laundry. So when he goes to do the laundry and doesn't know how to use the washer, which I hope he does know how to use the washer. I don't think I've ever seen him throw in a load of laundry. Oh no, yesterday he put the sheets in the dryer. So I know he knows how to work the dryer.
Good.
One dial it has. But I mean, I don't have a hard time communicating and telling him what to do. That's
good.
Yeah.
I think that's the key, is to have that communication. So whether if you need that extra help, if say you're both working and, you know, it's hard to maintain a household. I honestly don't know how people do it, how they maintain a clean house all the time.
I don't know.
Kids at school, after school activities, and working and getting dinner done. Like, I don't. Yeah. I rush around with a chicken with my head cut off.
With a chicken that's missing its head. Here's dinner.
This is the chicken. I'm like that chicken already with its head cut off. On days that we have like crazy activities after school and stuff. So how you do it, also working at the same time, I'm like, it kind of scares me. I'm like, I don't know how people do that. How do you handle it? Communication,
exactly.
Ask your partner to help you with different things, different tasks. They don't have to be a lot, and that's the thing. You don't have to clean your entire house top to bottom every single day. Do a good clean, and then, you know, just do some small upkeeps and ask your spouse to help you.
Absolutely.
Ask them to make the kids' lunch ahead of time for you, or you're rushing around in the morning and they have some more time. Like, ask them to find your kids' clothes, or, you know, whatever you need.
Right.
Don't feel the pressure that you have to do it all the time because you're a military spouse.
Right.
Because you don't have to.
Yeah, and I think like the whole lunch thing, like just with everything in the house, like give them free reign to like do it their own pace, maybe their own way. You don't have to like correct it all the time. I don't know. It's a toughie. Like, for example, our laundry. It's like I roll my t-shirts, right? But I know he doesn't. So if he were to put away my laundry, he wouldn't roll them like I do for myself. He would fold them as he does for himself, and that's how he would put them in my drawer. And then I would have to go in there and do it again. But it's like, well, at least he helped.
Right.
You know, he helped, and he was in here and he did it. The kids wanted a turkey sandwich and he gave them a cheese sandwich. It's okay. They're going to fucking eat it anyways. Who cares? Or they're not. They're just going to throw it away and come home and ask for a snack. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So something like that. And I think is like you guys should both be on the same page as far as like how things get done, how things work for you guys, and or find common ground to be able to finish a task like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But communication is key.
Always.
Like really directly communicate. I need you to do it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want something done a certain way because that's how it works and, whatever the situation, just, tell them, give them direction of just like, hey, so this needs to be done and it just has to be done this way. Just like something simple. The laundry. And if you use laundry pods, it's like the laundry pod has to go in the thing first. You toss it into whatever the washer, the washer.
The washing part of the machine.
Yeah, where the clothes go.
Yeah.
You throw the pod in first, and then you put your clothes in over top of it. Not clothes first, then the pod.
I do it that way. I stick my clothes in, and then I stick my pod at the very top of the pile.
No. Read your detergent.
See, Jen?
Packaging.
That works for you. That doesn't work for me. Why? I just shove it in there.
If you're OCD like me, then that's... There's very few things I'm OCD about, and those are the type of things.
Really?
Yes, and Dave knows. He's like, oh, the laundry pod goes in first. I'm like, yes, it does.
That's what Dave sounds like.
That's exactly what he sounds like.
That's accurate. Yeah. I've heard him. He does sound like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That is correct.
Oh.
But, like, simple things like that, and you don't... it's just like with anything else. Don't, like, nag on them about it, and don't talk down to him about it too, because like anything, my husband will get frustrated with me with something, and if he starts to like talk down to me about it or making me feel
so condescending
dumb, yes I don't want to do that anymore. I won't want to do the thing anymore. You tell me in that kind of way, I'm not going to do it.
Don't talk to me like a child just because I did something wrong. Be like, well, I don't like it that way. Can we maybe do it this way? Or be like, I guess that works for you, whatever. Mm-hmm. As long as it's getting done, right?
Right. That is the key, As long as it's getting done. If it's not getting done the way that you do it, but it's actually getting done and nothing is getting broken or messed up or anything. Yep. Let it be.
Yep. Exactly.
Let it be.
I know that Kyle takes out the trash and very rarely puts a bag back in the bin. So I'm the one that has to do it. Sometimes I learn the hard way, like throw something in there. It's like, damn it, there's no bag in here. Mm-hmm. So, but the other day I watched him do it. And I was like, hey, 10 points for Kyle.
Nice.
Thank you for putting the bag in there.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely like that. I don't like being talked to like in a condescending way, like I'm a child, which I would hope I don't do it to my husband either, or the passive aggressiveness, which is just a parallel to talking to them like they're a child. I hate passive aggressiveness. I try not to do it myself. I'm sure I do on occasion, but it's solving nothing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's done more out of anger than anything else, and it's not solving the problem, it's just kind of making it worse.
It's making it worse. You're not really communicating your actual feelings over the situation.
Yeah.
Or your expectations.
Yeah.
It's like you're not getting anything out of it. So.
No. You just have to have full trust that they can do what you need them to do, and vice versa. Yeah. They obviously put full trust in you to get all this stuff done as well.
Exactly.
Because you're there and you're doing this stuff, and Dave's got a lot of trust in me because some days I just don't do.
No, that's
the things I want to do.
That's a great point, Jen. Like I see, Kyle trusts me with the children. To take care of them, to put them in their uniforms, take them to school. Clean and with their teeth brushed and with the full belly. He fully trusts me to do that and to pick them up and all that. And it's like, wow, that's great. I didn't see it that way. It's like, that's awesome. I should be able to put that trust in him. I fully trust him to go to work and be a responsible adult.
Not get kicked out of your career.
Yeah, which he does, and he's great at what he does. So we have that trust in him. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. So they trust us to get at least your everyday basic stuff done, which is good. So when is it too much? Should people worry about what other people are seeing as their household chores getting done?
I think there is this somewhat of a concern if you see somebody really stressing about the situation, and it's like you want to reach out and be like, how can I help you? What can I do for you? And us as humans can't help it but judge. You know, we look, like I said, we look in other people's windows and we're like, well, how is it running like this? Like, how are you doing it? Why can't you do it this other way that's been working for this other person or for myself? So it's really easy to do that. But you never know what works for somebody else. It might work. What I'm doing works for us, might not work for you and Dave, and what you and Dave are doing might not work for Kyle and I. So that's how I see it. I think I would measure it in how happy a couple is and how happy their children are. I'm very fortunate to say that I feel extremely happy in my relationship with my husband, and I see my children happy. Doesn't mean we don't have bad days.
Yeah,
we all do.
All minor frustrations.
Yeah,
we all get there.
Yeah, but I'm more happy than I am upset throughout the year. And if I have an issue with my husband, I tend to really I try to process my anger and see what's making me angry and why and how I can fix it. And then sometimes I will explode and be like, this is what you did that really hurt me, and we need to fix this now. And Kyle, I think he's just so happy-go-lucky. He lets go of everything.
Yeah.
Like, nothing bothers him, which bothers me. Yeah, be like, get angry! But very rarely do I see him angry at home.
We should all be like Kyle.
Because this is his sanctuary. Like, he comes home and this is where he's happy. Like, he's comfortable. He can let go of his stress from the day. He's always been like that, though. It makes me really confident that I'm doing something right at home, because I'm able to provide that for him when he gets home. I don't pester him about what needs to get done or this or that. It's like, okay, well, he's having his own time right now. He worked really hard. I'm going to give him space. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that completely. Because it feels good to, do something and find a way to kind of like help lessen the stress. Because like with Dave, he's very high strung about the house being clean all the time and uncluttered and just, looking good. And
I think it might be the space he works in. He's in a windowless office, and so everything's probably really tidy in his office.
Yes. I think so, and organized and everything. And I'm the complete opposite. So we're kind of we try to balance each other out. I try to I'm like way more relaxed with stuff. Stuff like having like the kids' toys out does not bother me very much. But David bothers him.
But he can pick them up himself too.
Yes, he doesn't like to.
Well, then stop complaining about it.
That's how we learn about each other, though, too. I see the things that bother him, so then that's what I try to make sure is at least done, so he doesn't have to, like, worry or stress, or he can kind of decompress when he gets home from work. At least I try to do that. Sometimes I fail, but it's okay. Always learning. But then I also use it as not really like ammo, but I get at him as well if he starts getting all like freaked out and stressed out, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. You can have it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to have it out, and that is it, and you can't tell me no.
Tell him. You tell him.
Not tell me that. But I think that's the best thing, is like learning how to work with each other's different flaws. Their flaws. Dave's wrong. You
really do accommodate for your spouse. You accommodate for your children. You accommodate a lot of stuff. You accommodate for your friends, right? The way I see it is, if Kyle likes his steak medium rare, I'm not going to overcook it, right? Yes. I'm going to serve it to him medium rare.
No.
And if I like my coffee with a little extra creamer in it, Kyle will give me my coffee with a little extra creamer in it, right? He's not going to give me a black cup of coffee because that's the way he thinks that I should be drinking it. Even though he has suggested, he's like, you should just drink black coffee. I'd be like, fuck you, I want my creamer.
That's what Dave tells me every day, too. He's like, oh, you should just do the black coffee again. It's great. And be like, you know what? No.
But that's like the analogy I'm trying to make. It's like we work around each other, and this is how I like things to get done, and he knows it, and he accommodates the best that he can.
Yeah.
And I try to accommodate him, the best that I can for his wants and his needs in order to make him feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best way to keep the less stress as possible is just to figure out what each other likes and just work those into the chores. Dave likes things uncluttered and like cleaned up and neat and tidy, but he also likes to really deep clean a house as well. He is into that scrubbing toilets. He doesn't really like scrub toilets, but
you should come scrub my toilets.
He's really, he's really good at cleaning and getting into the parts that I never would have thought of.
Yeah.
So that's our balance. Is I'll clean, I'll do the surface clean and I'll tidy up and whatnot. And he's the one who gets into those cracks and crevices.
Yeah.
Those crevasses.
Crevasses.
So it's like finding what works best for both of you, and not worrying what the other person is not doing. You never do this part, and it's like, well, you know that.
Yeah.
You know this about me.
Yeah.
You married me.
You can't do that. You can't worry about what the other person is or isn't doing. It's just, you're not going to be comfortable, and then you're going to want to go over and redo what they did, and
David.
it's really insulting to
David.
It's really insulting to the person that put in time to do something already, I was going to give an example, but this airplane interrupted me.
Thank you.
Because I was speaking of accommodating, I have a great example. Kyle has loved baseball his entire life, and now as an older man, he played a lot of softball, right? He played a lot of softball. It took up a lot of his time. Before we had children, and I was out on the field with him all the time watching him, I really enjoyed that part. Once we had children, it became really hard for me to pick up our son and go see a game. Just because he was little and he needed, to be nursed, or it was cold outside, or I had to stick to a strict routine to be able, for myself, to get sleep as well. I needed to stick that baby in a routine. And sometimes that meant, I can't go to a night game. So then he started worrying about me because I wasn't enjoying myself at the games. And when we had our daughter, my hands were even more full, right? I couldn't deal with it. And he would come home and be like, and I was looking forward to his arrival because he was going to come and relieve my arms of these babies. And I could get some rest, get some fucking laundry done, make dinner, something that would take me out of that role of being a mother all day.
Zone out of what you've been doing.
Yes.
And just kind of
fucking take a poop by myself.
And maybe just not even think anything at all.
Yes, yeah. So something like that. And I would look forward to that. And sometimes he'd come home and be like, I have a game in 20 minutes. And I would be so mad. And I was like, I can't take that away from him. But he would see it in my face that I'd be upset. And it's like we couldn't find a balance. We couldn't find a balance with him playing softball and me taking care of both of the children because I wasn't working. Once we had our daughter, I stopped working. So it became really hard, and he saw that in me. And I tell him now, I'm like, listen, the kids are older, they don't need me as much, and they would probably be really just perfectly fine if we came to see you play. I was like, go play, go take that up again. He's like, no, he doesn't want to anymore. I was like, I don't know if I scarred him for life or he really just doesn't have any time. But I encourage him. I'm like, you should go play. I feel really guilty for having taken, the softball from him, but I needed him so much at home. I really, really needed him. And he he took it upon himself to stop playing as much and stay home more often.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if he resents me for it. He's never said anything.
I don't think so.
He better not.
No, I'm sure maybe he probably missed, you know, being out there and being on a team and
I know.
all that. But I think he probably does not feel, I wouldn't feel bad about it.
And I tell him all the time, like, go play. We see people playing out on the fields, and he just doesn't say anything anymore. He says he doesn't have time, like he can't find the time with his work schedule and school, but it's something that he really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. So I encourage him to go do a lot of stuff. I'm like, well, it was a perfectly healthy hobby.
Right.
It was a hobby, and he got fit doing it, and he made a lot of friends, and he traveled with the softball team. So it was a perfectly healthy hobby that I supported until I couldn't support it anymore because I needed his support at home.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine. I mean, that's exactly what you should have done too. If you felt like you were drowning before you got into any, situation that you were just like, I cannot handle this anymore. And if it, you never know what your brain will do to you on lack of sleep and lack of help when you need it.
Yes.
Just so you don't even have to sleep. It's just the break from taking care of a child for even just an hour just can clear your head so much. So asking for that help is not, you should never feel bad about that. And that's the same with, your chores at home. It's just, if you really are struggling and you need extra help, and don't feel bad because you're like, I'm home and I should be doing this. It's fine.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do. Do what you can. And if you need more help, ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help.
Absolutely. I think so. I think that ask for help, communicate clearly what you need, what you want. In a nice way. Yeah. We're always talking about being nice, but I mean, just communicate it and expect the best, and whatever happens after that, it's like, if you want to fix it yourself, then that's on you. But I think it should be fine. You'll be fine.
It should, yeah. But yeah, so I think that's just the best way to do it. Yeah. Communication, like we've been saying, repeating and the entire time, is communicate.
Yeah.
You can't expect somebody to help you, even though they, what they're going to see at home. If you're overwhelmed and drowning in work and you just can't get yourself to do all this stuff, they're going to come home and they're going to be stressed out too. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I had this long day of work and all this stuff to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm coming home and it's chaos at my house and children are running around and there's dishes in the sink and the house is a mess and blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
They're going to be stressed. But if you communicate with them that you are drowning and you need help, they're going to be more than willing to help you.
Absolutely.
They should be, at least.
Absolutely. They should be.
Don't yell at them either.
No. If you have a perfectly healthy relationship, they should be more than happy because they see you and they're like, oh, he or she, whoever is, the stay-at-home spouse, they'll be like, oh, they're handling it perfectly fine. Like, they're doing great. I shouldn't really step on their toes and, try to do anything other than what I'm already doing. But it's like, if you don't communicate, if you don't tell them, well, it all looks fine and dandy on the outside, but really on the inside, I'm struggling and I'm struggling with this and this is my feeling. It's so important to be able to communicate that, and not just in the household, but like everything in a relationship should be communicated. I was just telling Kyle last night, I said, I don't even know how the conversation came up about infidelity. I said, but if you feel the need to like go out and find your jollies somewhere else, like, please tell me. Don't go behind my back and make me look stupid. Like, just tell me, like, this is what's happening. Like, we'll talk it out. We'll figure something out. Like, we will figure it out. It's like, if you want to leave me, then leave me, but tell me first.
Right.
Also, don't leave me, Kyle. I love you.
Yeah. Please.
You're my best friend.
Please. We may get frustrated with you, but honest to God, we love you to death.
I get frustrated with you because I am perfectly comfortable being vulnerable around you like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah. I'm not going to go up to, like, a friend and be like, you hurt my feelings. Well, I mean, I might. But, like...
Depends on how well you know them.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, you hurt my feelings.
How close you are with them.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to be vulnerable like that because you want them to understand you and not judge you. Yeah. So it's hard to know. Obviously, with our spouse, we're very close with them.
Yeah.
If you have a really strong, healthy relationship, you can be like that.
Yes. You should be okay to be like that. It should be perfectly fine to be like that. It's healthy for them to see your feelings, to see your breaking point.
Yes.
You know, and them too, for you to see their feelings and their breaking point and how...
Tell them it's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry.
You can cry with me. It's fine.
Yeah. How long has it been since you cried?
Oh, wow. Yeah. How long, Dave? It's probably been like 8 years.
How long has it been since you cried?
I don't know. It's probably been like 8 hours. No. No, it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think the last time I cried was... When did my car break down?
Oh, wow.
That was the last time I cried. That I remember.
A couple months ago now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like September?
Was
October? It was like October. That was the last time that I remember crying.
Oh, good for you.
Maybe. No, I cried not too long ago. I can't remember what it was for, but I remember my son walking in. He's like, why are you crying? I can't remember. It was that unimportant. I was probably just super hormonal.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Yeah.
I'm very emotional, and then you throw in hormones on top of it. Oh, gosh. Watch out.
I seriously can't remember what it was about. That's how insignificant it must have been at the time. But at the time, I felt very vulnerable. And
it mattered.
I needed to let it out.
And you do that. It's okay.
Yeah.
It feels good sometimes.
It does feel good.
Even if you're a big blubbering mess and your face gets all red and blotchy. It's okay. Yep.
That's how my daughter was on Friday. That turd, she, like, all last week kept me awake so much throughout the whole entire week. Mm-hmm. And then on Friday, she did it again. She woke up a lot through the night, and then she woke up super early. So I was like, she's going to be a fucking mess when she gets home, right? Sure enough, she was crazy from the moment we got in the car. And it was just her and I because my son had an after-school activity. And she got in and she was like, can I eat my orange? I didn't eat it at lunch. And I was like, sure. And she peeled it, and apparently there was a really squishy spot on it. And she lost her marbles. Like, I mean, like, full-blown, I kicked your puppy, and I'm not really your mother sort of thing. Like, oh, my God, it was, like, screaming tears in the car as I'm driving to the grocery store. And I was like, it's okay. I was like, if you don't want to eat it. I didn't want it to be squishy. I was like, well, neither did I. I'm sorry it's squishy. And I was like, we're going to the grocery store right now. We'll buy new oranges. I don't want new oranges. And then I was like, get out of the car. She would not get out of the car, and she had like a box of crackers in her hand. And I was like, you're not bringing those inside the grocery store. She's like, no, I'm just going to hold them. I'm not going to eat them. I was like, then why bring them anyways? I was like, because I know you're going to let go of them and you're going to give them to me to hold. I was like, and I can't. And so she was standing in the doorway of the car, like just in the door, and she wouldn't move. And I was like, come on. And she wouldn't move. And it took me like a good 2 or 3 minutes to like finally get her to move. And then she was fine. And then as soon as we got home again, it was another cry, scream fest. I don't even remember why. But I had to send her and my son. By that time, my son had come home too. I had to send them both upstairs. I was like, you guys need some time out. Mm-hmm. I need some time out from your screaming because I haven't even taken my shoes off from walking in through the door. And you guys are already at each other's throat. And I sent them to their room for 5 minutes, and they calmed down. And then my son came down first, and I talked to him. And I was like, I don't know what's going on with your sister. I was like, but please just, sympathize with her and then move along. And then she came down, and I was like, can you please stop acting crazy? I was like, use your words. Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me what you want. Communicate. Not through screams and tears right now, because I can't. And then it calmed down. But I was like, oh my God, like I was seriously considering like drinking. Mm-hmm. I should have. It was Friday night.
You should. Yeah, it's Friday night. You're fine.
Good Lord.
Yeah. That sleep, man, it messes him up.
And then I unloaded on Kyle the next day when he came home, and I was like, your daughter did this, and that. I was like, it was scary. I thought I was going to have to call a priest in here. Like, she was, like, scary. And he listened, and then he, like, you know, it was nice. He listened to me, everything I had to say. And he gave me his input or whatever, and then he went on about his day and told me what went on in his day and all the struggles he has through the day. I do love moving my body, but sometimes I just want to plop on the couch and not do anything.
And that's okay. Mm-hmm. You know what? Mm-hmm. That's what self-care is about. You take a day.
Yeah. I know that the dirty dishes aren't going to be in there forever. Mm-hmm. But I'm just going to sit down and watch another episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You will find the motivation to do it, too. And that's also a thing. It's like you don't have to worry about, you know, doing everything perfectly right away when it needs to get done. Mm-hmm. You will find the motivation to get to it, too. I struggle sometimes where I'm just like, I get tired after the morning rush of getting the kids up and ready and fed and clothed and teeth brushed and all this stuff and getting them out the door in time because I have to tell them a million times, please put your shoes on and your jacket. We have to go. Mm-hmm. We have to go. We have to go. We have to go.
Buckle up. Buckle up.
Oh, my God.
Buckle up. I feel like that comes out of my mouth at least 30 times.
Yeah, 1,000,001 times. It was like the vet this morning kept repeating, oh, my God. She asked me 5 times. I counted it 5 times after my dog got her rabies shot. Do you need anything else? Do you need any dewormer, any flea medication? I'm like, no, we're good. She did something else, filled out my immunization record. Turns around, do you need anything else? Any dewormer, any flea, anything at all? And I'm like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
It's literally like she forgot that she had already asked me. She asked me 5 times.
Yeah.
5. The same exact way every single time. Do you need anything else? Any dewormers, any flea medication, anything at all?
She has her spiel.
I was like, oh my God, lady. No.
It might be her way of being like, let me remind you, do you need anything? And then you'll be like, oh, yes, can I get... And so, or she like puts it in your head. She puts a little worm in your brain. Like,
well, and I think about it, I'm like...
I do need heartworm medicine.
Do I? Because she took it once, and I don't know if you're supposed to take it. If they're supposed to take it again. I don't know.
Oh,
but I was like, no, I don't think so. Yeah. You're the vet. You tell me. Do we need this?
Yeah.
Do I have to do that?
My vocabulary is very short in the mornings. I don't have very much. Mm-hmm. It's like brush your teeth, put on your uniform, come here so I can comb your hair, buckle up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like stupid questions in between, like,
put on your jacket.
How many babies do you think chameleons have? It's like, what? Yeah. Well, why does a chameleon like to eat flies? It's like, why are we answering all these questions about a chameleon?
Yeah, it's a lot. I get overwhelmed, and then so I look at my house, and I'm like, oh my God, I have all these things I want to do and I want to accomplish because I do feel good once I get stuff done. But then I look at everything, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I have no motivation to getting this done. I don't want to do it.
Especially if it's something that needs to be followed through, like the laundry, right? It's like, I'm going to put in this laundry, but then I have to dry it, and now I have to fold it, and now I have to put it away.
Yes.
I want to clean my carpet, but it's like, I have to clean my carpet, I have to move the couch.
Yes.
And then I have to let it dry, so I can't walk on the carpet. And it's like, I'm just going to let it be dirty.
That's the problem. Like, laundry. It's like, I put it in, and my load only takes 28 minutes to do.
That's lucky. Mine takes like 2 hours.
Then I have to put it in the dryer for 70 minutes.
2 hours.
And I'm like, oh my God, there's like all this time in between because I'm like, I'm going to do the laundry. I have a goal. And then I do the laundry, but it's like I have to wait for the laundry in order to do more laundry. Yeah. And then I get lazy and I'm like, well, I'll just sit here and wait for the laundry. Oh, I'll just make myself some lunch. Mm-hmm. And then the laundry stops and I forgot that there's laundry in the wash.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, shoot, now I gotta do the laundry, but now I have to go pick up the children.
Yeah, now I don't have time.
Wasted my day.
Now it's in the dryer, and when it's done drying, I'm too busy to even bother with it, and now it's all wrinkled. Mm-hmm. Now I have to iron it in the morning. I don't want to.
No, these are the things I don't like to do. But I do them.
Yeah, because we're already there, and they need to get done.
That's true.
And we have more time than our active duty spouse.
It is true. I mean, that's my biggest thing. It's not about, like, that whole whatever that gender role thing that people get hung up on about. And it's not,
No.
I mean, I am home. I'm grateful I get to stay home with the kids right now and, you know, be the one that can pick the kids up from school, can take them to school, you know, be there if there's a program that they're doing and I can, you know, get to it, or pick them up if they're sick, type of stuff, and not worry about leaving work or missing work or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I am grateful that I get to do that too.
I think you said about the gender roles, it's like by nature, females are more nurturing, right?
Yes.
So we tend to do that kind of stuff that nurtures our families.
Yeah, we like to take care of them.
Yes, exactly. Now there are couples that are, you know, active duty. They're male to male, right? Female, male, whatever they may be. They have to split those roles. So everyone's tired. If it's a female, she's going to be more inclined to do it because, like I said, they're more nurturing by nature. So we'll have
That's fine.
We'll have to ask some of our same-sex couple friends that see how they run their household.
Yeah, how things work for them.
Yeah.
I would like to know the different situations that everyone is in and how it works for everyone or whatnot, too, because we're not trying to bash anyone about it either.
No.
It's like, you know, like, oh, your spouse is just, he's at work all day. So, of course, you know, he expects the house and stuff. And it's not like that. It's just the fact of, they do work all day. I'm not giving them an excuse. Sometimes some work harder than others, but either way, they're still working. They're bringing the paycheck and, you know, whether you're a stay-at-home parent or you also work as well, whether military or just off, whatever, it's, you know, you're right. I think it's in our nature to want to get stuff done, but communicating it if you need help.
Yes, absolutely.
Is the best way to do it. Communication is key.
Yeah. I know I want to provide my spouse, like I said, a sanctuary somewhere we can come home and decompress because in the military, all jobs are high stress. They're very demanding. And all they want to do when they're not in the shop anymore is come home and decompress, whether that's like playing video games or, you know, tending to another hobby like, I don't know, fucking airplane building.
Disc golf.
Disc golf, yeah. Model building. Cars. Thank you. Planes, cars, trains, whatever. Gardening.
Buildings. Legos.
Yeah.
Lego building.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband likes to be on like Facebook. He's decompressing with that, looking at other people's lives.
Yeah. That's Dave likes to watch YouTube videos. He's got people that he follows and learning too. I mean, because he watched Dave Ramsey. He does. You know, he learns about the news. Yeah. And there's like a CrossFit one that he always watches. And so
yeah,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even though he's broken, every time he does jiu-jitsu,
every time I see him, he has like a rash right under his chin, like a burn mark.
Yeah, he's broken all the time.
Every single time that I see him, and I'm like, has that just not gone away, or just keep getting it? I feel like I see it like variations of like healing. So I don't know where he's at with it.
He's broken all the time.
Poor David.
Yeah, but it's like stuff like that to help him decompress, and you can do it too. You can take your time to decompress as well.
Yeah.
Maybe cleaning is your decompression. Sometimes that helps me.
I absolutely love vacuuming.
It's so nice because it's like loud but not, and you drown out all the noise around you.
And you're seeing instant results, which is so satisfying.
So I can't wait if we ever do have carpet wherever else we go.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I hope it's like taller carpet because right now we have that very industrial type carpet. And there's just nothing. It doesn't do anything. It just looks dirty all the time.
Yeah.
But I miss having the carpet, the vacuum lines.
The higher, what do you call it? Not fibers. Well, whatever. It's fluffier.
Yes. I miss the vacuum lines that I used to make.
Yeah.
It was
satisfying.
Best.
Right? Yes.
The best.
The one in our dining area, because our carpet is like mismatch, not our choice. But the one in the dining area does that, and I love seeing the lines that the vacuum leaves. That I do that is my decompression sometimes. Like, I do enjoy cleaning, as weird as it sounds, but like, I will plug in a podcast. I like to listen to true crime or like self-help.
We're super fun ladies that talk and are entertaining.
Oh yeah, like they tell you how to be a better dependent. Hashtag dependence planning. Yeah, and I like do the dishes or I'll cook. I love it. And I like knowing that like my husband's in the next room doing his homework and I'm in there listening to a podcast, and it's like everything's in harmony right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is nice. I do like doing that just because it helps me focus too. Yeah. I'm focused on what I'm doing, and I'll put in like headphones or something and just go around and clean. Sometimes it helps with frustration if you're angry at all, or you just want to work through some stuff in your brain.
Yep.
It's great.
What is your least favorite chore?
Decluttering.
Okay.
I procrastinate that one the most. That's my biggest thing. I want to do it, but I'm like, there's too much.
Yeah.
It seems like too much. I don't think I have that much, but I still like it overwhelms me.
I definitely go down the rabbit hole when I start decluttering.
Yes, it takes too much time.
It's not, for
me, because I start reminiscing. I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this. And it's like kid ADD when they ask them to go clean their room and they're like, they start cleaning and then they find a toy and then they start playing and I am.
Mine's like, I start decluttering and then I like will go through everything and then I'll go back and do it again. I have a sneeze coming up, sorry. I'll go back and do it again just to make sure I got everything. And then all that declutter is now a pile of something else that I have to take care of. And it's like, where am I going to put this? Do I donate it? Do I give it away?
Yeah.
Do I sell it? Do I just dump it? And that's where I get. And then I stick it in the garage.
Yes.
And then Kyle will probably, has never said it, but I know he gets mad at me because I just stick it up in there. And then he'll be like, we need to take this to the airman's attic or grandma's attic or whatever is in your facility where you donate, like a thrift store on base. And I'm like, okay. And I don't.
I will leave bags in my room, proud of myself, because I'm like, look at all the stuff I'm getting rid of, and I decluttered a lot, and so it's great. But then I'll just like leave the bag there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take that. And then I don't take it, and then I get a little motivated, and I'm like, okay, I'll put it in my trunk, and I'll take it if I have time today, or if not, I'll take it another day, and then I leave it in my trunk.
Yeah,
until I die. And I'm just there wanting to give donations, and I don't.
Yeah, you mean well.
I do. Dave gets so mad at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna take it. I don't think about it. Yeah. I'm so proud of myself for doing this, and then I'm like, all right, let's go reward yourself and go watch a show.
My least favorite is doing laundry. And I think it's because once I start folding it, I'm in the same spot. Like, I'm not moving. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I fold laundry in our bedroom. And, like, I put away my stuff and Kyle's stuff as it gets folded. But, like, the kids, I pile it up on the bed. Like, I fold my son's pants and his shirts, and same with my daughter's. And I wait till I'm done folding before I put it away. And I think that's what gets me. It's like I'm standing in the same spot the entire time. This is why I can't do yoga, because I'm in the same spot and I don't like it. So, yeah. It's like I'm not doing enough. I'm just, my hand motions are the same. And yeah, I hate doing it. I hate doing laundry, but I know I have to do it because or else I wouldn't, have clean clothes. But my favorite is vacuuming. Yeah, I love vacuuming.
Sounds
gets me horny.
Oh. Kyle comes home, he's like, oh, you're vacuuming.
Oh, Veronica's vacuuming. It's on. Yes.
I know what's happening.
Shimmy out of my pants real quick. Be like, whoa. You just dragged in a bunch of leaves right now. Get out of my way.
Like, I gotta vacuum those up too, yes. So just be ready.
That's how it is right now. My entryway is full of leaves because it's like an evil vortex that gets beat in like by my garage and our front door, and it just collects all the dead leaves and like the neighbor's garbage and shit. It's always there, and it gets dragged into the house, and we can't keep up with it. Like, we'll sweep it out of the way, and then it gets blown in there again in this one little corner right by our front door. So we get leaves in the house and like little pebbles and garbage, and it bothers me, and I'll go and vacuum it up, and then as soon as somebody else walks in the door, it like drags it back in. And then on Saturday morning, I decorated sugar cookies. So like the royal icing, when it gets dry, it'll flake off. So I saw those like around the edges of the kitchen. I was like, oh man, I need to get a broom in here like right now. And so right before you came over, I was like, I'm going to do that. And I did it. So I'm looking forward to doing that right now. I was like, I'm going to plug in a podcast and just go at it.
Go to town with the cleaning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I like that. I hope we communicated clearly with you and we solved your problems.
I hope so too.
Problem solved.
Problems are all solved now. Thank you. Great job, Veronica.
Thank you.
You did it.
I try to talk clearly. I try. I really do. I try to be communicative. Communicative? Communicative. I can't even say that word. I don't even know if that is a word.
Is that the right one?
I try to communicate clearly.
There you go.
There we go. Yay!
What? January's almost over.
Oh my God.
It's the end of January. February is on Saturday.
Yeah. Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah.
Go 49ers.
Go football.
Football. Go sports.
For the goals.
I hope you hit a goal.
Well, and that's the problem about being in the UK is we can't watch. I mean, you can watch the Super Bowl, but it's on in like the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm not that dedicated, and I will not be watching.
I really want to watch it this year. I was like, for the last this is our third year overseas, right? So it's like we haven't been able to watch it, and I want to see the halftime show, and I want to see the commercials. I was like, where can I watch it? And I know on base they're doing it, but it's like, well, I can't leave my children. Like, I'd rather watch it at home, but there's really no way for us to watch it unless we stream it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody knows any streaming service that I can watch the game on. That'd be great. And then it's really nice that being overseas, sometimes, not all places, will give them a gold day the following day because they know they're going to be up late.
Yeah.
And it's morale boosting, you know?
Yeah, they do that. They're doing that here. It's like a late start.
Uh-huh.
Like that's if Dave would be going in late on Monday.
Yeah. We did that in Belgium and Guam. Yeah. When we were stationed.
It's nice because they know, you're going to be up late because of the time difference.
Yeah.
So, and it's like a big deal usually. So but I can't do that anyway.
I couldn't stay up that late. I would try, and I would be like, I really want to watch the halftime because it's fucking J-Lo. Like,
YouTube.
True. But there's nothing like watching it live. Like, the last halftime show that I remember watching live was the Lady Gaga show. It was like 4 years ago. I don't remember who even played. But it was Lady Gaga. Her performance was like amazing when she like dropped from the top of the stadium and like she like rappelled in. That was so cool. And then the Bruno Mars one was really cool. The Katy Perry one with Missy Elliott. Ooh, I got like body chills just thinking of that because I love Missy Elliott. So
go sports.
Go sports. I hope you hit a goal out there on the court.
You smashed that goal.
You smashed that.
You slam dunk it.
Yeah, you smashed that home run right into that basket.
Yes, you do. Get it.
Yeah.
So enjoy the Super Bowl if you're going to be watching that.
Yeah. Tell us who you're rooting for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go 49ers. What? Hey, I have to root for my home team. I am from that area. The Raiders left. They're officially Las Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah, no more Oakland Raiders. It's like, okay, well, we got to see them play
one last time before they moved.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now we have the 49ers still.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So let us know who you're rooting for. Mm-hmm. Let us know what snacks you're packing that day.
Oh, that's the only perk of having a Super Bowl party or going to one is the fucking food.
Yes.
That's the best part.
Chicken wings, nachos, sliders.
Yeah.
Salsa and chips.
Yes.
Bloody Marys.
Nachos.
I already said nachos, Jen. Come on.
Cheese everywhere.
Cheese everywhere. Just an explosion of cheese.
Cheese everywhere.
There's cheese everywhere. Cheese on the walls, on the doors. Yes. Cheese in the toilet.
As long as it's edible, give me the cheese.
All the cheese.
The cheese dips.
Yeah.
Ooh, dips. Like sour cream dips.
When I dip, you dip, we dip.
Oh, we dip it all. Bread dips. Spinach artichoke. Ooh, when it's hot, we make a good spinach artichoke dip. Let me tell you.
Yeah?
Oh, Jesus, it's so good.
Jen's hungry, you guys.
Just a little.
I can see her eyes sparkling just talking about cheese right now.
It's the only thing I love about Super Bowl is the fucking food.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Oh, I know. See, I need to figure out how to stream this so we can have little chicken wings over here.
Just make the chicken wings.
I know, but it's like till 11 at night. I will have been asleep for 3 hours.
Me too. And that is fine.
Yeah.
You're dreaming about it. You're seeing it behind your eyelids.
Yes. But anyways, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and took something positive away from it. And don't give up on yourself. You're doing great. However you're doing it, you're doing great.
Yes.
Are you happy? Is your family happy? Are you safe? Are you living in a safe household? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So.
You got this.
You got this. Whatever else anybody has to say about how you run your household, be like,
it's none of your business.
None of your business. How does your household run?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like that you wear shoes in the house. I don't wear shoes in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that you don't rinse your vegetables before you cook them.
Sometimes I don't do that.
Sometimes I just stick them under the faucet. That's it. Mm-hmm. I don't like that you melt your ice cream to make ice cream soup to eat it that way. It was perfectly fine frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Also, who does that?
You better not. It's gross.
Yeah. But see, there's people that do that and it works for them. It's like, oh, it's like soft serve. If I want soft serve, I'll go to Dairy Queen. Get it dipped while I'm at it.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Chocolate dip cone, please.
It's everyone's preference, and that's what works for them.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Some people like raisin in their bread.
Gross.
And some people hate those people. I hate you for putting raisin in your bread. My mom puts raisin in everything.
Just don't put raisins in anything, okay?
Don't
that doesn't
put raisins
deserve it.
in anything. Yeah.
Just no.
Yep. All right. Well, you're doing great. Like I said, you're living a happy, healthy life. You're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting yourself. Then you're doing a great job. And continue to do that. And continue to support your active duty spouse. And they will continue to support you. Communicate clearly anything that you want or need. And you will see that your world will be so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes. 100%.
Yes. Thank you guys again for listening. If you like this episode, let us know. Rate us. Subscribe. Send us an email at dependsplaining@gmail.com. Shoot us a Facebook comment or Instagram or Twitter. We are on all those platforms. Let us know who you're rooting for this Sunday. What you're going to be eating, what you're going to be drinking, where you're going to be, what you're doing, what you're wearing. Let us know what you like to do to decompress.
Yes.
Yeah, and how you decompress as a couple.
Yeah.
Except unless it's like graphic, then
you don't have to share full details all the time. It's okay.
If you feel the need, just make sure it's like private message and not for the public to see. Yeah. Just
keep it a little PG.
Keep it PG. Only when you're telling us about it. Don't keep it PG for yourself. All right. Thank you guys again. And once again, email us at dependsplaining@gmail.com. I said .com.
.com.
And remember that wherever you go,
there you are.
Goodbye.